Hey guys, back here again with the Deadpool theory on your YouTube TV screen.
Up in your screens.
Up in your screens.
Up in your screens.
Yeah. We're the worst kind of people,
We are.
but also the best.
At the same time.
Exactly.
That's what I've always
We're
said.
able to do that.
We can.
For this wonderful show here, we're going to run down this beautiful... I didn't even mention you. Sorry, this is my co-host. I'm also a co-host. We're co-hosting here.
We're the co-hosters.
The J-Man.
The Jman and Jarvis.
The Jarvis.
The Jarvis.
We're going to run down this all-in show here, which we will be attending live in Chicago, Illinois.
That's right.
They've pimped this up pretty hard, man.
Yeah.
They've put a lot of effort into it. I've been watching keeping up with the Being the Elites. Cody's doing a thing called All Us. Keeping up with it on Twitter. And just that's generated a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
And we knew, we were like, if this comes close, if this comes to Chicago, we got to go check it out.
Yep.
It's going to be a good wrestling show. We're looking forward to the matches for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I think more than anything, I think the reason the people are going is for the hardcore wrestling experience.
Yeah.
The vibe, like you said, the feel of the show. Yeah. And regardless of what's going on in the show, this crowd is going to give this show everything.
Yeah.
They're going to give it everything,
yeah.
And they're going to will these matches to be great.
Yeah. As I mentioned, I was talking to Jarvis earlier today. I think it is a show for the fans, but at the same time, it's a show given to you by the fans.
It's like
it's a weird dichotomy. It's done for the hardcore fan base.
It's like All In featuring the crowd.
Yeah.
The matches, like I said, will be good, but the crowd for this show is going to be a big part of this.
And I think it was a big key to knowing that, like, the Cody and the Bucks, when they wanted to put the show together, they knew hands down Chicago was, in my opinion, it's the best wrestling town in the country and the best wrestling city in the country.
It's
and
easiest to get to too.
It's right in the middle of everything. You have people can come from all directions and all across the map to get there, and it's easily accessible, especially for us living in St. Louis. It's only a quick little 4.5 hour drive.
4.5 hours.
So it's really nice. I've attended shows in Chicago. I know that atmosphere and that crowd, and it's going to be a blast for sure. And that crowd will, like you said, it'll will that show on, along with giving back at the same time. It's a weird kind of give and take. They gave us this show. The Bull Club guys gave us a show, but at the same time, we gave them the opportunity to have this show because of all the fans and the support that the fans gave to this idea of having the biggest independent wrestling show, the independent WrestleMania, basically, for the fans. For sure.
I definitely think that the matches will definitely be quality.
Yeah,
I think that they're going to put the effort in, and
yep.
From watching the All Us videos and the Being the Elites, to me, it's one of those situations like if they don't exceed expectations, they may not be another.
And that is, and that's the mentality that I think helps make a great wrestling show, is the mentality of having to prove something.
Right.
You look back at the ECWs back in the day, they were trying to prove something, so they had to throw everything at you. Ring of Honor, the PWGs of the world, like New Japan's, they're starting to make their claim in the overall, like, mainstream world of wrestling. And when you have something to fight for and you have something to really be passionate about and want to put out there, then the quality is going to show through. And that's exactly why WWE isn't up to the quality, because they have nothing to fight for. They're already on top of the mountain. So it's those people that climb to the top that are really fighting for it, that'll really produce and want to really give something extra.
I think before we get into this, I actually think that there will be a lot of mainstream eyes on this show.
Yes.
And not only fans, other wrestlers and guys. Like, I think Triple H is gonna. I would not be surprised if Triple H watches this show.
No, I don't doubt it at all.
And other guys within the company.
Yeah.
And be like, what are these guys doing that we need to be doing?
Yeah, and you're gonna have guys in WWE that are jealous of not being able to be on this show.
Yeah.
That are getting utilized in WWE that aren't getting up to their fullest potential. So guys that could be like, you know what? Yeah, I might be safe here, but it's not what I'm truly passionate for. And this is a passion project. This is what the show is. It is a passion project put on by the Bull Club guys, and we're glad to be the recipients of, and the beneficiaries of being able to watch the show.
Yeah, we love being a part of the the historic moment.
Yeah, man.
So
It's
gonna be awesome.
really, really cool that we get to be there and live. We really are privileged to be able to get an opportunity to be there.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So first, we're going to talk about the 0 Hour pre-show. Run through it pretty quick. Got the Briscoes.
It's a badass name too.
Yeah, the 0 Hour.
The 0 Hour.
Yeah, it sounds pretty hard.
Sounds cool.
The Briscoes versus SCU. It's the worst time I've ever been in, bro. This will be fun. This will probably be the opener of the show. Probably a fun tag match. Get the crowd warmed up. The fans know both these teams.
Right.
I've seen them for years. And I mean, if you look at a WWE pre-show, you would expect maybe 10 minutes or so. I think these matches won't be super long, but I think they'll be quality.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you'll get, what you need out of it. I mean, obviously, it's awesome. It's kind of surprising to honestly not see the Briscoes on the main card for this. If you're looking at the indie WrestleMania type feel or whatever, I mean, obviously the Briscoes are the number one tag team you could think of when it comes to...
They're getting on WGN, though.
That is true. So they do get the mainstream eyes, and that's good. I'm glad to see the Briscoes on the show because they definitely deserve it when it comes to that. SEU obviously is a fun thing. I mean, these guys have worked together tons. It'll be Kaz and Scorpio Sky, right?
Yep.
Obviously, because Dan was in that match with Stephen Amell. But it'll probably be your quality, like kind of weekly Ring of Honor TV type match or whatever. But they'll get to showcase their stuff in there on the pre-show.
Yeah, it'll be a fun little match. Next, we got the over the budget battle royal. Currently, they have in here Brian Cutler, Cole Cabana, Marco Stunt, Jimmy Jacobs, Billy Gunn, Brian Cage, Rocky Romero, Jordan Grace. What's up, honey? And Ethan Page, Moose, and many more. So,
what a collection of names that is.
Yeah. So the only ones I don't really know is Marco Stunt. I don't know who that is. I've heard of Brian Cutler.
Brian Cutler was part of the Cutler brothers in PWG.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. I on All Us I saw Cody talking about. He's like we're gonna have this over the budget battle royal, and it's like that's what it's gonna be. I don't know. It's gonna be 15, 20, 25. It could be 30 people. I was just like, what?
Wow.
I was just like, what? So
I wonder if this is just a list of people that were like, hey man, you don't have to give me that much, but I'd like to be on the show, type of deal, like some of these guys or whatever. That,
yeah.
You don't have to pay me a whole bunch, but it'd be cool to be a part of this kind of show.
Right.
There's some outside chances of seeing some big names possibly in this. Obviously, we don't know what to expect. I mean, when you see
and it's good because it'll be a surprise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you see, and that's what I think is cool. You have that kind of surprise element to it. But yeah, when you see a WWE kind of battle royal, you know what kind of guys to expect. And this, it's a first of its kind type of deal, so we don't know who the hell to expect out of here. There's a lot of possibilities. I know we spoke before about the possibility of a Flip Gordon finally making it to All In. There's a big storyline of Flip not making it to All In, not being All In, losing a couple matches to Cody, and trying to be eligible for this show.
I think that would be a big moment. I think a big moment. To
crowd would shit themselves.
Yeah, get Flip in there and then Flip really win.
Crowd over.
And then if Flip faced Jay Lethal and then won the title,
that'd be insane.
That'd be pretty wild.
That'd be insane.
That'd be a pretty cool moment.
There's an outside chance that Neville could be in this.
Yeah, I've heard that,
which would be insane. You get a Neville and Jay Lethal match, fuck, I'd be down for that shit. But yeah, I look for maybe one of those two surprises to be in there. But I think if I had to pick something, I think Flip Gordon winning and overcoming this with obviously a big, random cast of names, and there's obviously going to be more thrown in there. But it should be fun. It should be really fun. I hope they do it. It'd be cool if they did it like a Rumble, like everybody came out individually, and you had like each reaction to the stars, and hopefully it's not like just 25 dudes in a match, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool if they did it like a Rumble.
It says Battle Royal, so maybe they can't say we're all Rumble.
Or you could just say Rumble. They've said Rumble in like Ring of Honor before.
Really?
Honor Rumble or whatever. But I don't know. I guess that's true. Or just I don't know. I just think it'd be cool to have like each person come out and have an individual.
They haven't
reaction.
said if it's over the top rope either, so.
That's true. Over the top, or you'd think it would be being called over the budget or over budget.
Over the budget.
Over the top budget. Ropes.
Over the budget. Over the top rope.
Over budget. Over the top rope. Over the top. It's so over. Over.
This match is going to be so over.
It's going to be
with
so over.
The crowds.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
Can't wait till it's over.
And we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what comes out of it. But I would say a Flip Gordon win definitely wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I would lean towards in Flip winning. If not, I think it'll be an unnamed person.
Yeah, I don't know. Before
Brian Cage.
We were talking about Brian Cage. Brian Cage and Jay Lethal would be a good match, but you were saying that he's banged up or whatever. But yeah, man, if Neville ends up being this way, he has to hands down win it. There's no doubt in my mind if he ends up doing that. But there's a lot. That's a lot to expect of seeing that come out. But Yeah, who knows, man? It could be a whole list of things. Could be something from like Jay Lethal's past, maybe an interaction that he's had before, some other person. I don't really know who the fuck that would be, but I don't know. There's plenty of names. I mean, I'm trying to think of other people that you can throw in there. Maybe like a Loki maybe could be in this match. Is Amazing Red still alive? I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of different like random guys. It'd be cool to see some like old school indie guys and old school indie names, just not current guys in there. Maybe too would be kind of cool to see them get their opportunity at this.
Cool. Yeah. So for now, we're gonna head on to the main card. The main card.
0 hour is now here.
1 hour. The beginning hour.
Mini hour show.
I'm not sure the order. The order?
Oh, what's going to be the order, Ryan Jarvis? I'm going to Chicago to see this whole intro. I don't know the order of the card, I'll tell you. It's going to be something else when we see this match order come together.
We don't two-take. We don't double-take on these.
Fuck that.
We just roll.
Come into our life. That's what it is when the lens captures.
God, sounds like we're filming porn down here or something.
Hey.
Come into my life.
Come into my life, and all right, run down this match order.
So first, I'm gonna do Hangman Page versus Joey Janela. They just said on Twitter, yesterday, day before, that I don't know when this is going up. Thursday or Friday, possibly.
Yeah, sometime around. I don't know. Before the show. Before Saturday.
Right. They put a Chicago street fight on the stipulation. I think that's a great idea.
Yes.
Joey Janela has kind of been the hardcore street fight kind of guy. People love his gimmick. They love his whole deal. They see him as this kind of. He's kind of got this like whole. He's a businessman. He runs his own shows too, and that's pretty cool. But the best matches I've seen with Joey Janela have been hardcore matches.
Right.
So this match went from being probably just okay to possibly being very good.
Yeah.
With this street fight gimmick on it. It would be pretty awesome if they just took this into the crowd.
Yeah.
I think it would be pretty awesome if they just took this into the crowd, gave us our little hardcore little match we have here, some cool spots, some cool things. I'm definitely looking forward to this a lot more than I was.
Yes.
Now that they have the street fight gimmick on there.
Yeah, I did exactly my thoughts too. I think it fits both guys too. I think Adam Page is definitely an up and coming guy. I think we said before Cody said if he were to make his own roster that his first draft pick would be an Adam Page. So that's a lot of praise for a guy. And he has showed
he's a good looking dude and he can work.
Yeah, for sure. I think he definitely has potential, and he's shown to work some great matches. He had that
in wrestling terms.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Good looking dude. Wrestling.
Right. Just no homo. But yeah, absolutely. He's shown that he could work. He had that great match with Ibushi at that Ring of Honor pay-per-view. Joey Janela, yeah, I mean he's got that whole vibe about him. He's like that cool, what is his nickname? Shit, I can't think of it.
Joey Janela?
Yeah, he has some sort of like
bad boy.
The bad boy. That's it. So he's got that kind of thing going with him. I think he has a chick with him too, doesn't he? I don't know if it says it on there, but he's got some.
He like smokes cigarettes and stuff.
Yeah, he's kind of like he kind of reminds me of like a new
Joey Ryan.
Yes, I was just literally going to say that, like a new.
Oh God, that's beautiful.
That's perfect.
I wouldn't be surprised if Joey Ryan.
Joey Ryan should be at this show with all the stuff they've done, interactions and storyline with.
I think it would be pretty comical,
especially being a street fight. So you have no disqualifications, so you could have
Joey Ryan be in the crowd.
Joey Ryan just comes out or underneath the ring,
just yanks yanks on his penis.
Did they just grab penis eyes?
Oh, the crowd would mark out.
Oh God,
it would be super funny.
Themselves.
Everyone that's there has definitely watched the Being the
Oh, for sure. It's going to be a major hardcore, if not one of the most hardcore fan bases we've ever been a part of. But yeah, it should be some good stuff, and definitely a good call adding in the street fight element to it, and we get the hardcore vibe and the atmosphere going along with that. So I think that's a good call.
Did we say who we thought was going to win?
I would say
I'm going to say Hangman Page wins.
Yeah, I think Hangman Page. If there's interference from Joey Ryan, it might be Janela.
Might be the other way around.
Okay. Either one. It really doesn't matter. The outcomes of these matches really don't matter, except for the title matches, honestly. But none of them. It's just more just let's put on this show type of deal. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really matter either way.
Next, I'll do the women's match here. We'll do Britt Baker versus Tessa Blanchard versus Ashley Rain, which is Madison Rain.
Yeah.
And Chelsea Green. I don't know who Britt Baker or Chelsea Green is, so they must really.
Chelsea Green, I believe, is Laura Van Ness. She used to be in TNA like a couple years back or
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
I actually only knew that from watching Robert's preview of it. So my stat check.
I've heard a lot. I've heard Britt Baker, her name come up.
I've heard that name. I don't know who the hell it is.
Yeah, I've
but
heard her name
Obviously,
come up.
Madison Rain, we've seen a ton.
Obviously. Yeah, and then Tessa Blanchard,
Tessa Blanchard
is one of the top indie women talents right now floating around.
I want to say is she not the current TNA women's champion?
Tessa Blanchard?
Don't hold me to that. I want to say that. I thought that I heard her maybe win. Or maybe it was that creepy, weird Asian chick that's like got a bunch of makeup on. I don't know. Catch up on my TNA-age.
I think this could be good. I think that if you're going to have... Okay, so like I'm not going to try to sound sexist here. If you're going to have a women's match at a hardcore wrestling show,
good.
It better be good. Yeah, you like... Because the crowd... The thing about it is, like, the crowds will be respectful, but we will also be disrespectful as hell if, like, something's
If you give us poop, we will poop on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So... I would expect this to be
it's going to be short and sweet.
Yeah, not to be amazing, but I think it will be good.
I really think that these guys put this match on the show so people wouldn't say they don't have a women's match on the show.
Really?
I really don't feel like they would put a women's match. In my eyes, they don't have anybody on the outside of WWE that's just worthy of being on a really big mainstream card. And that's nothing against the women that are in wrestling outside of that, but I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't really care about this, but I just feel like it's something to kind of appease maybe people saying that you didn't put a women's match on this show. Maybe.
Right.
But I don't feel like it'll be anything special. It'll probably be short and sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably agree with that. I would think that they maybe would do something with it. But who knows? We'll see.
They could try to cram something in there and make it kind of just spotty and fun or whatever.
Yeah, we shall see.
Yep.
Next we got Christopher Daniels versus Stephen Amell. The build-up for this has actually been pretty good. They've done a pretty good, like, they've cut promos on each other, and it's been pretty good. Like, I don't expect this to be amazing, but, like, I kind of, like, generally think that Stephen Amell, like, kind of gives a shit. Like, I don't think he's just going to come in here and lay a stinker.
No.
I'd bet that him and Christopher Daniels have probably been working on a match together for probably weeks, even maybe a month.
Yeah, maybe.
They've probably been planning a nice and short and sweet 10-minute just like something, and I don't think it's going to be terrible, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be terrible, and I'm not saying Stephen Amell is the athlete that Ronda Rousey is, but if Ronda Rousey can come in and excite the crowd, you know, Stephen Amell is no Ronda Rousey in sports entertainment, but I think with like Christopher Daniels as like being a veteran of the game, I think that this will be surprisingly better than we would expect.
Yeah, I can see it being that way. Amel's been in the ring before. He was in that SummerSlam match with Cody, so obviously the ties with Cody being on this. I get it. I get the kind of the star actor kind of appeal to this. I really don't feel like anybody in the crowd really. I just don't feel like anybody cares about Stephen Amell as a person or as an actor. I really don't think they really give a shit. But I mean, it's a smart call to put him in there with Daniels, obviously the veteran, and he'll probably try and make something out of this. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I can see Stephen Amell. He looks like an athletic guy. He looks like he can maybe put some shit together and they can make this into something. But yeah, I don't really look for it to be anything special. But you know, it could surprise. You never know. We'll see.
Yeah, we shall. I don't know about this. I think Amell probably goes away with the win here. I know it's probably irrelevant, but
right. That's the thing is like I think that. They're going to have to know what crowd they have there. I mean, they're going to know what crowd they have there, obviously. But some of these, it's just like, I don't know why.
I don't think the hardcore fans hate Stephen Amell.
I'm not saying they hate him. I think that
they, like, because he's kind of with the Bullet Club crew,
yeah.
And he's a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
He's a big wrestling fan.
That's what I think is going to be hard about this show, though, is getting over the dynamics of like, heel face dynamics in matches. I think it's why it kind of comes across to me as, like, because, I mean, it's pretty standard and well known that obviously Bullet Club being the elite, it obviously is. I mean, kayfabe has been dead forever. Like now, it's been years now since kayfabe.
There's really no heel face dynamics in any of these matches.
Really, none of them.
I mean,
maybe. I don't know, and that's the thing is like Cody's supposed to be this big bad heel, but it's like you can't help but love him because of putting all this stuff together.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard. You lose that interest in the suspending your belief in.
I think the crowd reaction is just going to be insane because of
quality
the quality of the matches, but I think it's just like
celebration.
It's a celebration. It's an exciting vibe of the show.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
and when Kenny Omega and Pentagon have a stare off, that shit's gonna be bananas.
Yeah, it'll be insane for sure.
So,
but yeah, I think that's one thing it's kind of lacking, and that's a huge part of wrestling when it comes to having that dynamic, because especially nowadays of how it's such a lost art form. Having somebody that's
look at Becky Lynch. I mean, I hate to jump into WWE on All In, but she turned heel and the crowd exploded.
Exactly,
and then they're cheering her on SmackDown.
And you look at one of the biggest reasons why Gargano and Ciampa is the best feud of the year is because the genuine nature of the heel face dynamic.
Right,
it's so important. But yeah, it's a different thing unto its own. This All In show, and that's why you have to kind of separate that. And I need to do a better job with myself of separating that and just making it a celebration of independent wrestling, a celebration of everything. That's why Cody said in one of the last Being the Elites, I don't know if you saw that promo that he cut, he's like, WWE doesn't own wrestling. There is things that can happen outside of that, and all of us, and that's why we're all in and making this something that, they can't own everything about wrestling. That's why we're still here and we're doing this stuff.
Right.
Yeah, good surprise. Getting back on track here. We'll see what comes out of it, but yeah.
I think it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Same.
One of the matches I'm looking forward to the most, Marty Scurll versus Kazuchika Okada. I've sold myself on this match. When I first found out that this was the first match they announced, I was like, oh, man, they're not going to do Okada Omega in America. Like, that for in Chicago, oh, my God, that would have been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But, they've done it a lot, and, Omega just won the title. I mean, I get it. Maybe they're saving it for a New Japan show in America. Who knows?
True.
I don't know. But I love the stuff that they've been doing with Scurll, how he's been small, and I love the whole... he's the only one that can stop the rain. Like, I like that kind of a dynamic with the thing. I think this is going to be great.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be awesome. I think that the crowd is going to be totally behind both these guys. And it's just going to be, this is going to pop. This is probably going to be, I would say, the most technical wrestling match on the show. I don't think Omega and Pentagon is going to be. I think that's going to be like a fun sprint style. Yeah. It might get 20 minutes. I mean, they might give it 20 minutes, but it's going to be like spotty, fighting spirit type stuff, crazy moves. This match, I actually think, is going to be the one that they're doing the wrestling holds and they're doing the moves, and Scurll's going to try to out wrestle Okada.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Looking forward to this for sure. I'm in the same sentiment. I don't know if I've sold myself as much because I was pretty disappointed not to be able to see Okada and Omega. Not just selfishly, I just feel like it's the match they had to do for this show. I just feel like they had to do that match for this show. It's unfortunate we don't get to see it. We do get to see, I believe, a first time meeting between these two. They have to stat check me on that one, but it's a cool interaction. It's a cool vibe. You don't see Scurll go up against these making Okada seem like he's this like monster of like a heavyweight or whatever. He's really not. It would be like seeing a Daniel Bryan versus a Randy Orton or something like that, which we've seen before in the body type realm. But yeah,
I guess in New Japan standard, that's the way they see
it. Right. Because I mean, obviously a Scurll coming up as a junior heavyweight, and then facing the heavyweight in Okada. It's interesting. It's interesting they booked this match. I don't know if they know something that we don't, but on paper it kind of seems a little weird. But it'll definitely be great because they're both hella talented. I love both of these guys, and I'm just happy to really be able to see these guys live, be able to see some of these guys that we've watched. In New Japan or other promotions, and be able to get to witness these guys live. We love Scurll and Okada, so to be able to see two of the best be able to get in there and do their thing. The build has been pretty funny. Okada telling him that he's just one match away from being on 205 Live. Oh, just every time he walks by, he just goes 205. I'm just like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
We'll see what's going on here, and it definitely will be one of the best matches on the show for sure.
Right. So next, I don't know where this is going to be placed, but I'm sure it'll be closer towards the end. The Young Bucks and Kota Ibushi versus Rey Mysterio, Rey Fenix, and Bandito. This will be the spot match. This will be the match that the hype around this will be just a spotty, probably all over the place, fun mess.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be great. I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun to see Rey Mysterio in there doing some stuff. And I mean, there's no real storyline to this, I guess. I mean, they try to do some kind of being the elite thing, where they made Rey Mysterio just like, I'm doing Cody a favor. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason I'm here. And
Right.
like, these young buck guys, like they're whatever. They're nobodies.
Right. Yeah, this is, I don't know. This is one of my problems with this one. I think this is going to main event the show. There's been word that the Bucks have said that this is going to main event the show, and I think that's a bad call. I think Pentagon and Omega should main event this show. I have this impression that they're like, we have Rey Mysterio, so he should be in the main event. But it's like a showcase of indie wrestling, and I don't like that there's that dichotomy of like the WWE guy that's the established name. And I mean, I get Stephen Amell's in there. He's had the ties with the Bullet Club and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know, there's something about Rey Mysterio, like being.
Didn't they say Cody and Aldis, and then is main eventing, and then Omega Pentagon is like co-maining?
No, they said that the 6-man tag. Whenever somebody asked them online, and I think it's on 411. They have it as set as the main event. And
they could be trolling. I watched that. I
true.
just watched that All Us video, the last one, and he was talking about. He's had a lot of people ask him about the match, set list, and he's like, I don't know what we're doing. He's like, I don't know what order we're gonna put the matches in.
True.
So
I'll say this. If it is set as the main event, I'm not a fan of that being the main event. I don't have any problem with the match quality. The match quality is going to be great. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be cool to see the Bucks in there with Rey Mysterio and those other guys, and they'll do their thing. I was a fan. We talked before when this card was getting formulated. We were a fan of them doing Okada Omega and then them doing the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon and Phoenix versus the Bucks. I think that's great. Like that would have been a great combo to do that. You could have had Rey Mysterio in a.
I feel like they wanted to do a bunch of first time matches for this show.
It's true. I'd have been a really big fan of having Ibushi be in a singles match too. I think I feel like some of these guys just kind of get hidden in here. Like the Bucks being in a 6-man with Ibushi kind of hiding the stuff that we get to see. Like it would have been, you could have did Ibushi Omega, you could have did Ibushi Okada. Like there's so many. I don't know. I just really, really, really wanted to see Ibushi in a singles match, but we don't get that. That's unfortunate. But we still get to see him, so that's something really cool to see. But yeah, this will be fun. It'll be spotty. It'll do their thing. But I don't know. I have this impression that if they're talking about doing this as the main event, and it's just like we have Rey Mysterio, so we're gonna put him in the main event. It's just like, but it's supposed to be a show. It's supposed to be the other way around. It's supposed to be Rey Mysterio is just a part of this show. It's not like we have to put him on there because he's the main event guy that's WWE established, all this bullshit, future Hall of Famer and all that kind of stuff. Because it's supposed to be a celebration of independent wrestling. But we'll see. I hope it's not the main event, but I just have the sneaky suspicion that it probably is going to be. But it'll be fun. It'll be the spotty thing like we were talking about. And we get to see everybody showcase their stuff. But I really would have liked to see Ibushi in a singles match. That's just the another thing I get out of this. But
yeah. I agree. I think it would have been cool to see Ibushi in a singles match, and then the Bucks just in a tag match, probably against Pentagon and Rey Fenix. That's what we were talking about. We that's what we want to see. But I mean, I still think these matches will be pretty good.
Oh hell yeah!
I think there's just a lot of first time matches. They just kind of wanted to I don't know, give the fans something that they probably never seen.
True.
So I don't know. Maybe New Japan didn't want them to do those kind of matches because
could have been. That's what I've wondered too. Is how the other companies feel about them, how they're booking these matches, like how Ring of Honor is about, Lethal putting on the title for this match. Like, and if he ends up dropping the title, like that's a pretty big move for Ring of Honor if they end up doing that because Jay Lethal is obviously one of the best going and just winning the title from Dalton Castle like a couple months ago. So. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's an interesting dichotomy too of seeing how that goes. I would love to see a documentary, like more than All Us, but like after this happens, like a year later, like
what
everything, like everything coming together, like like interviews with the different promotions and how everything came to be. Because it's really interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, it is. I agree
for sure.
So next we got Jay Lethal versus the winner of the Overtop Battle Royal, over the budget Battle Royal.
That's right.
Sorry to get
we don't know if it's over the top yet.
We don't know.
Could be.
I mean. I would hope that they put like somebody in there that can go. Right. I'd imagine they will. I just think it's going to be Flip Gordon.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
I think it's going to be Jay Lethal, Flip Gordon. I actually think it'll be pretty good.
Oh hell yeah, that'd be good. So. That'd be some good stuff too. It would be a big moment for definitely seeing Flip Gordon if he does somehow win the title. I don't know Ring of Honor's plans for the future of what they're going on here, but I was going into it. I was like, if they put any titles on the line, all the champions are retaining. That's what I just had this mentality that I'm just like, there's no way all these champions are dropping the title at this just one-off kind of show. But we'll see. I think it would be cool definitely to see Flip in that match. I think the match quality would be a little bit better if somehow Neville ended up being there and Neville ended up winning that. You got Neville and Jay Lethal. That would be fucking awesome to see that. But either way, it'll be fun, and it'll be fun that there's kind of that surprise factor we don't know. And we have one of the best talents in the world, and a Jay Lethal just that doesn't have an opponent. So that's kind of cool to see that too. But we'll see what we
cool
get
to
out
see
of
what
that.
they're gonna do there with that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know which one of these. I think one of these two would main event, but I'll say Nick Aldis versus Cody is next. We'll talk about that.
For the championship,
for NWA championship. I think Cody wins this here. I think if he wins it, it kind of is this homage to his dad.
Right.
The biggest indie show ever, and walks out of there as the NWA champion. It's a good moment. You get your title win. The fans are happy. I don't know if Cody wins the title here. I think if this main events, Cody wins the title.
Yeah.
If this doesn't, I don't know. I would think Cody would win the title here.
Do you think, because we talked about this before, and it could be another issue of the heel face dynamic. Cody has always been that heel. I mean, he's played it up. I think over the past couple months or so, it's kind of changed a little bit. He looked like he's gotten a little bit more back on track with Omega, and obviously setting up this show, he's come off uber face. But this would just be a match that would just play so well to that dynamic. But I think people are going to be more on the side of Cody. Like, they're going to be on Cody's side for this match. So
I agree.
I think if they try to play that off like Cody is the heel and Aldis is the face, and they work the match that way, I just don't know if it's going to work right. I don't know. I mean, I think it could be good. I really don't think any other guys are like next level talent type of guys. Cody gets elevated by whoever he's in there with. I think he's a good wrestler. I don't think he is amazing at any point. And Nick Aldis is the same. So it's kind of similar styles of talent here.
An old throwback 80s style
right.
match.
And
I think that's what it's going to be.
And those matches lived off of the dynamic of heel and face. So, again, we'll see how this is going to go. It's an interesting dichotomy of how it's going to work with these two guys. But if they try to have...
Yeah, I think Cody's the face in this match.
Yeah, they have to play that way. And I think they should have done something to have Aldis be the heel in this and played it up that way, and then have if Cody ends up winning. And it's a great feel-good moment. Cody winning the NWO championship, a championship that was so important, to his dad. I think that would be a good play. But having him run heel, and then if he wins the title as a heel, I don't know. But I just feel like it'd be
What if he played the face the whole match, and Aldis played the heel, and then he won, and then he did something super heely afterwards? I think that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I just feel like I think the moment here that everybody looks at as circling is like, okay, he wins the NWA title, a title that obviously that Dusty Rhodes has won before and obviously has a lot of history with. So it just feels facey to me. It just feels kind of face-ish to me. Yeah, it could be pretty badass if he won the title and pulled a Shane Douglas like ECW and just said the NWO was dead. and did this whole thing where he just like buried the title about how this is the old school, this isn't the new school, or all this kind of shit. That'd be kind of interesting if he did that kind of deal.
He just wrote NWA, MW all in on the belt.
NW all in. Oh, God. You rebranded NWA after 80 years of
comical
history. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see what we get out of that.
We'll see. But I think I think it'll be pretty good.
Yeah.
And then finally, Kenny Omega versus Pentagon Jr. This is the one once we figured out that Okada wasn't going to be facing Omega, we were just like,
what's the best match they could do with Omega?
And then that was, I kept thinking, like, they got to do Omega and Pentagon.
Yeah.
Like, I love both these guys. They're two of the probably most popular guys in the wrestling industry right now.
Yep.
It's a smart call to do this match. There doesn't need to be any build. I think both these guys just standing in the ring, the aura's gonna be there. It's gonna be like AJ and Cena looking at each other for the indie crowd.
Right.
It's gonna be that match that's the Hogan Rock match for the indie.
It kind of feels like? It kind of feels like Shawn and Undertaker. Kind of has that vibe, like the dark. Well, like dark Pentagon and like Kenny Omega being like just a complete like red-blooded like babyface, like very like and having this dark mystique kind of.
I loved his comment from when he was in the video. He's like, that hardcore TNA guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I would
expect this to be great. Yeah.
I think both guys are gonna be that. Pentagon is gonna be the hard ass motherfucker that Pentagon is, and Omega is gonna be the best worker in the world. This dynamic of these two is so intriguing on paper.
Right.
Pentagon can work with guys that work, but you usually see him in these brawls.
Yeah.
And Omega can do that too. Omega can do it all. So I mean, he could go in there and work with Okada and have technical classics, or he can go in there with a Pentagon and probably throw down and brawl with him. I think we get a little of both, and it'll end up, in my opinion, probably being the best match on the show. Just given that you put two talented guys that can go out there and just fucking put on some shit, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. And to me, this is the one that will have the hardcore fans' heart the most.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the one because everybody loves Kenny Omega. Everybody knows how talented he is. But at the same light, on the dark end of everybody's love is a Pentagon. That's why I feel like it's kind of like Pentagon comes off kind of like The Undertaker, where it's like he's a face, but he's just this fucking badass, like
Hard-ass
dark,
guy.
hard-ass guy. But it's that different realm. That's why Shawn was like the face, where he was just the red-blooded, like everybody loved him kind of deal, but everybody loved Undertaker too, but he was the dark side of it. So It's a kind of a cool dynamic that we have there, and yeah, I love this on paper. It sounds really cool, and I'm happy that this is what we got. Outside of obviously not being able to see Okada and Omega, this is definitely a cool, 1A to that, or 1B to that, to be able to see these guys go out there and do their stuff. So it should be some fucking awesome stuff for sure.
Yeah, I think this match could be nuts.
Yeah.
So this card's pretty stacked.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited for this
Yeah.
show. I mean, I was pretty excited for WrestleMania weekend. Obviously after the show we were a bit disappointed because
Going in, we were hyped as fuck though.
yeah, and we were hyped for NXT.
Yes.
So I mean, I'm pretty hyped for this. I would probably say I'm just as hyped as I was for Mania, and I think it's because I know that the crowd is going to be absorbed into this show, and it's going to be like this living like organism within this arena. It's going to be it's not too big, but it's not too small. It's intimate, but it's like enough people, and it's just like a lot of some of these best shows. You look at the PWG shows, they only put like a couple hundred people in those for places they are in.
But it feels bigger than some WrestleManias feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because the crowd is just so
when you have
into it.
Yeah, I mean, you go back and watch those ECW shows where, fucking Sabu or Taz comes out and the lights go back on and the crowd's just like, it's like the screen is vibrating because it's just so compact and it's like that. And you get these WrestleMania shows where there's 80,000 people and all the sound just goes up and you lose all that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's special moments, obviously, that happen and like that, but that compacted nature and having the most hardcore of hardcore fans fill that arena in my opinion, the best wrestling city in the country. I mean, it's going to be, as they say, you're going to be able to cut it with a knife, my friend.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. We're going to maybe we'll post some stuff up of the weekend.
Yeah, you
see
never
what
know.
happens.
Could do that. If you guys are going to be in Chicago this weekend,
You see us there?
we'll
say
be
hi.
there. Come say hi's to us. If you're attending the show. I actually have no idea where we're sitting. I think we're down in the lower bowl. I've never been to this. I don't think this arena. I've been to the Rosemont Horizon, if that's what it's called now, where the WWE runs most of their shows. I had the privilege of attending Money in the Bank in Chicago and WrestleMania 22 in Chicago. I loved every minute of both shows and being in that atmosphere because I think it just feels like a hardcore fan base anytime you go there. When you go to St. Louis shows, it's just like the cookie cutter, fucking typical time of fans, but it's a different vibe and a different feel for sure. And being able to check out Chicago, it's always fun. It's his first trip to Chicago, so yeah, we're definitely looking forward to it. We're really excited, and if you guys are down there, be sure to come say hey for sure.
So, what would you say you just the tip, or about a quarter in, or about half in?
Well, it's not. It's not going too deep, in the first place. So it's all in the eyes of the beholder.
I don't know.
God, that was deep, wasn't it?
I
You
guess,
like that?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was just gonna end off and just be like, I don't know about you, but I'm all inside you.
Corny.
We're all in.
Yeah, man.
Hope you guys are too.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys there.
It's,
like I said, if you see us, come say hi.
Yeah, and it's gonna be out for.
Will not take pictures with you. Do not ask me for pictures.
Yeah, he will take us every single picture you ask for.
I'll take a picture of you.
He is going. He's as big as a ham as you think he is a ham.
Wow, it's because I got a 14-inch penis.
Yeah, right.
Roll it up like a cinnamon roll. Tuck it in my taint.
Jesus. But it's out there for lots of people to see. It's on about every wrestling app you could possibly think of. So if you have the opportunity to do it, do it for your wrestling love, do it for your your passion for this this sport and everything, because it's a very cool thing that we get to see something like this and we get to experience it, and we're extremely excited to be a part of it and be able to be a part of something that could be really history making. And it's a really cool vibe, and we're extremely excited. So yeah, if you guys are going to be in Chi-Town this weekend, come say hey. If you run into us, we're going to be the fucking nerds with I Have Boner pins on.
Yeah, we have
at the show. You'll be seeing us wearing it.
We're probably going to go to 1 Hour Tees, maybe.
Might go to 1 Hour Tees. We're going to be hitting up Giordano's, eating some awesome pizza.
Yeah,
Go down Michigan Ave, hit up that Navy Pier. Just name dropping right now, boy. Name dropping. Yeah, but yeah, be sure to check that shit out. We might do some sort of stuff down there. I don't know what we'll do yet. I have a GoPro. We might GoPro some shit. We might talk about it. We might review the show in our hotel room. Who knows, man? Upload it later if we get bored. Yeah, but this will wrap up our all-in preview and this edition of the Dev Pulse Theory from our partner Jarvis. I am Jman, and we will see you guys next time.